Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Hostility, and today I am back with another gaming PC build for you guys. And today's build is a little bit more interesting. It's probably going to throw some of you guys off, but I thought I'd do it anyways. This is the $1,500 SLI build. And, when I say that, a lot of you are going to freak out. But do not worry, I will be explaining why I've chosen to do this build. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. And the gameplay you're watching in the background is some Der Eisendrache from Black Ops 3. I pulled this from a live stream, so it isn't 720p. I do apologize if that hurts your eyes. But yeah, thought I'd switch up the gameplay from the regular old Division. I don't know, I'll kind of just switch back and forth from the gameplay. But anyways, let's go ahead and explain this build. Also, I'm going to be running out of breath in this commentary as well because I'm still sick with a cough. But anyways, I've rambled on for way too long. The reason I have recommended this option for SLI is because you pretty much get better performance than if you buy a single card, but then you have the drawbacks. So basically here we have a pair of 980 or 970s, sorry, and these will actually give you better performance than a single card option, which is a 980 Ti. But then again, a 980 Ti has more VRAM, and it also is a little bit more reliable because it is a single card setup. You run into a couple of issues when you run an SLI setup, but if you are willing to take that sacrifice and willing to compromise for that, you will get better performance. So let's go ahead and get started with the CPU, which will be the Intel Core i5-6600K 3.5 GHz quad-core processor. And you guys know the deal, Skylake, i5 overclockable. Honestly, the best gaming CPU that you can get, which will not trade off performance at all. Absolutely amazing CPU. Unfortunately, don't have hyperthreading, but this is more of a gaming-oriented machine. Obviously, you could still do your rendering, your CPU-intensive tasks if you do choose to build the system. But the i5s are just absolutely bang for buck, and there's no need to get an i7 if you're just gaming. Obviously, you can overclock this one, so with the cooler included, you could easily get clock speeds of over 4.4 gigahertz. So yeah, great choice here for the CPU, and if you don't want to overclock, obviously you can step down and not choose the K version. Now going on to the CPU cooler, I've chosen the Corsair H110i GTX, and obviously this might be a little bit overkill, but it's better to have a system that is running cool, and Corsair makes some pretty good AIOs or all-in-one coolers, and I will not hesitate to recommend one of these. I have an H110i GT in my system, and it runs perfectly. I can get very good overclocks, and my system runs nice and cool. This is the better version though. It does have a 280mm radiator instead of the normal 240, so you will get a lot better performance, or marginally better performance, than the H100i. Now going on to the motherboard, I've chosen the Gigabyte GA-Z170XP SLI ATX motherboard, and obviously you know why I chose this board, because it does have support for SLI, and especially we need it here because we are running two graphics cards, and it also is a Z170 motherboard, so we can overclock, and we do get all the goodies and features of the Z170 chipset. And as well as it being a Gigabyte board, we get the ultra durable features, we get all the we get the security that our system will be running at its full potential, because Gigabyte does make very, very good boards, and that is my opinion. You can choose to follow that or not. But yeah, I generally tend to recommend Gigabyte boards. They provide very good quality boards. Going on to the memory, I've chosen the Corsair Vengeance LPX 16 gigabytes DDR4 3000 memory, and obviously you need a decent amount of memory to run, and 16 gigabytes obviously is a little bit overkill for gaming, but I thought I'd rather be safe than sorry, because 8 gigabytes is pretty much the baseline for PCs nowadays. But I can see that right now, as I'm using my PC just idle with Chrome open and everything, I'm using around about 6 to 7 gigs of RAM, and obviously you want to be as future-proof as possible, and it isn't that much of a price difference if you choose 8 gigabytes. I'm trying to say that it's worth it. And especially with the Corsair, it looks good. The RAM has a super fancy heat spreader. It is Corsair, so they make very reliable products. And the clock speed is 3000 megahertz, so you are getting a little bump in performance over the standard DDR3 or DDR4 2133 megahertz, so you will have a little bit faster memory. Now going on to the storage, obviously we have the SSD and HDD combo. So for the SSD, I've chosen the ADATA Premier SP550 240GB 2.5-inch solid state drive, and this drive I've chosen for many reasons. Firstly, the price. It is an amazing price. The price to performance ratio on this is absolutely unbeatable. ADATA is not a very well-known brand, but they do make very good SSDs, so I do not hesitate to recommend them. 240 gigabytes is plenty for everything that you need to store on your computer, including your OS, your games, or a couple of games and programs. And of course, we also do have that hard drive, which is the SEAGATE Pipeline HD 2TB 3.5-inch 5900 RPM internal drive. Now this drive is a little bit interesting. It spins at I guess a different speed compared to other ones. So more normal speeds like 5400 RPM or 7200 RPMs, but this one spins at 5900 RPM, so you'll get a little bit better performance than a normal traditional 5400 RPM drive. It is just like a storage drive, so you don't need super fast performance, but you do get 2 terabytes of storage, which is plenty to fit all of your music, movies, other games that you don't play as often, photos, anything that you pretty much store on your PC. I don't judge you on that, but there you go. 2 terabytes is plenty of space for anyone. Going on to the video cards now, I've chosen the EVGA GeForce GTX 974GB video card, and obviously these are an SLI. And the price of these actually doubles to add up to the price of a 980 Ti. So you're pretty much paying the same price, but you get better performance. But then again, you have the troubles of SLI. But if you do want to overcome that, if you don't mind dealing with it, then obviously this is a better route to go. But if you don't want the hassle of dealing with SLI and all the trouble that comes along with it, and sacrifice a little bit of performance, then you will definitely be happy going for a 980 Ti. So I've chosen the blower style cards. Actually, this is nothing super fancy. It doesn't have their ACX 2.0 cooler, it's not overclocked or anything, but it does have the blower cooler, which is important in an SLI setup because the cards are going to be stacked right up against each other, which means that the card on the top will, if you are using a non-blower card or just a normal, traditional EVGA card, it's going to be sucking the air from the bottom card, which will be creating heat as well. But if you have the blower, it goes out, the heat goes out the back, so that solves the issue of overheating in an SLI setup. So yeah, that's why I chose the blower cards, and obviously you can overclock these, and we have plenty of power to do so, and I'll get to that in a second. So I reckon, personally, I would probably go single card, but if you are willing to sacrifice a little bit of reliability and to gain a little bit of extra performance, then obviously this is your way to go. And 1500 for an SLI setup is very good. So going on to the case, I've chosen the Phanteks Enthoo Pro ATX full tower case. I have no idea how to fucking say that. But anyways, Phanteks obviously makes very nice cases. This one looks great. It looks like very full. It is a full tower case, so we will have no troubles fitting in that 280mm radiator and that SLI setup, and have the potential to upgrade to or to add in more parts, or bigger parts, I guess, and even do like 3 or 4-way SLI. But anyways, Phanteks makes fantastic cases. They would be very easy to build in. They would have very good cable management, and yeah, so you definitely won't go wrong. Obviously, you can change up the case. It is down to personal preference. If you like another case's appearance better, then obviously you can go for that if you are planning on building this PC. Now, going on to the last component of the build, which is the power supply, I've chosen the EVGA 850 watt 80 plus gold certified fully modular ATX power supply. And you guys know the deal with the EVGA G2 power supplies: 80 plus gold rated, fully modular, super clean looking with the black cables, and very reliable at a tier 1 rating. And I always vouch for these power supplies. I think they are amazing. I have one in my own system, no problems with it whatsoever. Provides nice clean power, and especially since we have that SLI setup, we will need a reliable power supply to be able to power that up, and the extra wattage to do so. So 850 watts is plenty, and we do have some headroom, and obviously you want headroom in a gaming PC just so you don't have the power supply at 100% load at all times. So yeah, absolutely fantastic power supply. and comes at a very great price as well. So that is pretty much the build. That is the SLI build for you guys. It comes to a total of 1522. You can check the PC Power Picker links in the description below, and I do this with all my builds. I leave a parts list in the description as well as a PC Power Picker link. So if you want to check out the build, maybe add your own taste to it, or maybe if you want to check prices or you want to build the PC yourself, you can definitely go there, and it'll pretty much just take care of the rest. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys sticking around and checking out the videos. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this build, and if you have any suggestions for any other budgets or any other theme builds, like maybe you guys want me to do a full setup, or like a different type of build, budget builds, super expensive builds, anything, I will cater to your needs. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Give me a follow on Twitter and Twitch there in the description below. Would appreciate that, and leave a like rating, and also subscribe if you want more content like this. So that has again been it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.